What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. We're talking about Jen Shah today and everything we know as of now regarding all of her legal issues. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on anything that I'm doing over on the channel. Y'all, this is wild. I did an entire live stream. I'll insert a card to it right here where we really just broke it down. It was really casual, but now I really want to make a formal video, put it into layman's terms so all of you understand what exactly is going on. So Jen and her assistant Stuart, they were both arrested on Tuesday, March 30th for their roles in a telemarketing scheme that defrauded hundreds of victims throughout the United States. So it's also being said that Jen is part of 12 other individuals, 4 of which have already pled guilty back in 2009. So this thing, I feel as if as the days go by, we're gonna find out a lot more about this. It feels as if this is a much bigger scope than what any of us even think. And if this went down in 2019, that's just when Real Housewives of Salt Lake City began filming. And how did no one pick up on that? So many questions that I do not have answers to. So let's just continue going into what is going on with Jen Shah, her getting arrested, so on and so forth. So it's being said that Jen Shah generated and sold lead lists of innocent individuals and sold it to other members of this telemarketing scheme. So they used various platforms and websites to collect information, and then she sold it to other members of this scheme. And then they frauded people out of thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, promising various services that never existed to begin with. So Jen Shah and Stuart, they were booked in Salt Lake City on conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing and conspiracy to commit money laundering charges. This is serious business. They each face a maximum sentence of 30 years for the wire fraud charges and 20 years for the money laundering charges. That equals 50 years maximum of federal prison time for both Jen Shah and her first assistant, Stuart. So the agent that is focused on the case, Special Agent Peter C. Fitzhugh, said this about Jen and Stuart. He said, and I quote, "Jen Shah and Stuart flaunted their lavish lifestyle to the public as a symbol of success. But in reality," he said, "they allegedly built their opulent lifestyle at the expense of vulnerable, often elderly, working class individuals." Y'all, she's out here scamming and frauding and stealing from old people. That makes my blood boil. They objectified human victims as leads to be bought and sold, offering their personal information for sale to other members of the fraud ring. This, I'm gonna say it, is worse than Teresa and Joe. At least Teresa and Joe, they were fucking with a bank, and banks can rebound. Jen is out here messing with actual working class, often elderly people, stealing their money. That is a new form of low, equivalent to Erica Girardi and Tom Girardi stealing money from victims. That is garbage. And remember during the reunion when Jen Shah said this about her working background and how she got all of her money? She said that her background is in direct marketing and her company does advertising. She is a platform that helps people acquire customers. So when you're shopping online or on the internet and something pops up, we have an algorithm behind why you're being served that ad. It's just a freaking new low, man. But Jen Shah was released from custody on the following conditions. She cannot commit any federal offenses while on release. She cannot withdraw more than $10,000 at a time. Must appear as required. No travel outside of Utah except to appear in court in New York. No international travel. Avoid contact with co-defendants, Stewart. No engagement in telemarketing. So all of this is happening in the 7th Circuit courts in Manhattan, and y'all, they have no mercy. She's gonna go to jail. I honest to God think that she is going to jail. And a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions regarding two things. Did Coach Shah know? How could he not know? How could he not know? This has been going on since 2012. For 9 years, she has been running a fraud, scamming, telemarketing business, scamming people out of, I can only assume, hundreds of thousands of dollars from innocent individuals. And how did production let this slip by? What is she doing? I have a feeling that Coach Shah did know, and that's my personal opinion. The second thing is, why would you go on a reality television show when you know that you are a fraud and you are a fake and you are stealing money from people? A stupidity. That's all it boils down to. You stupid. I don't really have the answer to that. I think it's stupid and shame on her. And it gets even better. So all of this was happening while season 2 of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City was filming. Yes, I said it. She was getting all glammed up because the cast was getting ready to leave for a cast trip to Vail, Colorado. I'm going to read you an Instagram post. A source confirms to Variety the anonymous tip given to the Instagram account Two Judgy Girls that the cast was filming today and were about to leave on a trip to Colorado. Shah suddenly left, saying there was an emergency with her husband. Shortly afterward, federal law enforcement swarmed production looking for the absent Shah. They found her and she was arrested. The cameras were rolling, but the source wasn't sure whether the law enforcement had forced them to stop filming. They got her arrest, they got them swarming the van, and they got her leaving the courthouse. This is breaking news. So much more is going to unfold. Jen did have her very first court date regarding all of this on Wednesday, March 31st, but it did not happen because of technical difficulties. Jen was unable to call in. I'm going to call bullshit on that. But the judge started off the hearing by saying, this is not ideal. Woof. So, oh God. The next court date that they rescheduled this to is Friday, April 2nd at 11 a.m. Jen will be there virtually. This is a ever unfolding story. Lots more is going to come forward in the coming days. Get subscribed to my channel so you don't miss any of the Jen Shah legal updates, because as they come in, I am gathering them and I'm going to bring them to you. Get subscribed, like this video, and share it with everybody that you want to share some tea with. All right, guys, I'm out until the next one. Bye.